Alright, here we go, another episode of Universe Mode, and it is SmackDown Week 22, I believe. 22 or 20? Yeah, 22. Well, here tonight, as we get ever so closer to Survivor Series, your main event here tonight in SmackDown shall be a good one, as Kevin Owens, he shall hold an open challenge, and anyone from any locker room, whether it be SmackDown, here on SmackDown, over there on Raw, ECW, or NXT, anyone could answer this open challenge, and that will be the main event here tonight. Kevin Owens pick up some much needed momentum as, he gets ever so closer to his world title matchup against Aleister Black after Survivor Series, since he has defeated Aleister Black in a non-title contest before. Anyway, so kicking things off here tonight, cruiserweight action. Billy Kidman, he shall take on this man, Juventud Guerrera. So this is going to be an interesting matchup right here, as both these men, part of the cruiserweight division. Current cruiserweight champion Rey Mysterio. And so Rollins, his reign of terror as cruiserweight champion has finally ended. He lost the matchup at SummerSlam. He lost his rematch class matchup in last week's edition of Velocity. And so he's in the back of the line now. So this is going to see who could get higher up in the rankings for the cruiserweight championship between Guerrera and Billy Kidman. Of course, we still got some more cruiserweights here, including Ultimo Dragon, Guerrero, Kota Ibushi, and a couple more, I believe. But, just these two to see on how it will fare out. So, anyway, here we go. And now Kidman now, just trying to gain some momentum off the kick up here. And now Guerrero sending Kidman to the outside, crashes and burns. Does Billy Kidman. And now Kidman getting back inside the ring here. Both these men definitely want a shot at the Cruiserweight Championship. Currently, we do not have a number one contender. So this matchup definitely helps us out to see who soon becomes number one contender. Of course, this is going to be interesting because at Survivor Series, shall have Raw versus SmackDown. And so for the Cruiserweights here, we don't know. They could perhaps be on Team SmackDown here. One of these two. We ultimately do not know. No members for Team SmackDown have been announced to face off against Team Raw. No one has been announced. So one of these two men, whether it be Guerrero or Kidman, for whoever wins this matchup, one of these two men could perhaps maybe be on Team SmackDown, which would be pretty interesting. But anyway, as we continue on with the action here, Guerrero now with the surfboard submission maneuver onto bow and arrow. On to Kidman, and there he goes, crashing and burns to the outside as Kidman able to break free. But now Guerrero back inside the ring already, just springing back up off the fall to the outside. Anyway, now Kidman, what's he looking for here? Misses the punch, and Guerrero with the dragon screw leg whip. And now on top of the ropes, here we go. What Cruiserweights does best, spin heel kick by Juventud. And now what's this? Triangle chokehold here onto Kidman, trying to keep him grounded, trying to wear him down. Kidman so far hasn't really been doing the best in this matchup. Guerrero has been ruining this matchup for the majority. So, shall see if Billy Kidman could gain some more momentum. He's ultimately going to have to try get something out of the bag here. Try to do something to just get away from Juventud Guerrero's offense. Turn a defense into offense of his own, in which he has now. And can this be a turn point for Billy Kidman here? Ankle lock, but it's rope break for Juventud. And now to the outside goes Kidman. Juventud Guerrero keeping his momentum rolling here in this matchup. Once again, rolling this matchup. Kidman taking a nasty fall into the outside. He is struggling to get back up here. And Guerrero, spin and heel kick, connects. And, well, Guerrero, he goes flying himself. Took a little bit out of him, and now Kidman's up. I think that hurt Guerrero more than it hurt Kidman. Because now Kidman, he's actually back up. He was back up originally from that before Juventud Guerrero was. So that's kind of interesting. Anyway, now, on count of 6 is Kidman. Guerrero on the count of 4 here. So Kidman, of course, he does get counted out. That would not be the best way to lose here in Universe Mode. So he's going to have to, try to gain some more momentum here. Because right now, he's not doing too pretty here. And now Guerrero, what's this? Had him set him up and just double hook suplex into an armbar now. Rope break, luckily enough for Big Kidman. And now on the ring apron here to the outside goes Juventud. Taking the nasty landing right onto the outside. And now triangle choke by Kidman, just adding more insult to injury to Juventud Guerrero. Who knows, one of these two men could perhaps become future Cruiserweight champions here. We've only had 2 Cruiserweight champions in history. Of course, Rollins, who won that back all the way at week 9, and Rey Mysterio, who won that back all the way at week 20. So we've only had 2 Cruiserweight champions in history. Of course, the Cruiserweight title did debut back in, I guess you could say, week 9, because the first ever matchup was held for it in week 9, but, that was a whole tournament. Of course, I believe Kidman and Guerrera were in the roster at that time, and they did lose the tournament. So the finals was, of course, Rollins and Kingston. Rollins, of course, ended up winning. Anyway, now to the outside, once again goes Juventud Guerrera. Both Kidman and Guerrera just taking some nasty lands onto the outside. Whether if it's falling off the ring apron, falling off the top turnbuckle, Guerrera's not having the best landings here. And now just the bridge suplex, Northern Light suplex. That was going to be onto steel steps, but no, just onto the outside. Still almost as devastating, but steel steps adds in the extra impact. But now in this matchup, Kidman seems to have finally turned the tables here, because things finally going his way just a little bit here. Both these men on count 6, and Juventud just going through his steel steps, missing Kidman, barely missing him. And now Kidman, this is kind of a desperation move here, but hey, it's kind of smart. It's not really bad about this. Guerrera on the count of 9 makes it back inside the ring. I was about to say, if Kidman could keep Juventud isolated, that's a pretty smart maneuver. Keep him isolated, easy count of victory. But Juventud just getting sent right back to the outside here. Most of this matchup has been based upon, being in the outside here so far. Anyway, now back suplex. Nicely done by Big Kidman into a pin here. A little bit of a desperation cover. And only a 2 count. And now Juventud kick right to the face. Both of these men, one of these men gonna fall, and that one is Kidman. I'll say both these men in a precarious position here. Anyway, now Kidman just sending Juventud flying. And now Kidman getting kicked across the face once again for his own troubles. And now surfboard here by Juventud. Or not. Kidman now making his way back inside the ring. Juventud follows up shortly after. And now to the outside once again goes Kidman. Both these men just seem to find comfort in the outside of the ring here so far. Because most of the offense has been based in the outside of the ring. Perhaps a count-off victory. A little bit of desperation from both of these 2 men. Perhaps. There right now, Juventud misses the swanton there. Too big Kidman. Now Kidman here has him up. Snap suplex into the ring goes Juventud. And now the matchup finally gets placed back inside the ring. And Kidman nicely done with the drop kick. Swanton shortly after. And now shoving down Juventud Guerrera here. Kidman. Ankle lock here. Can this one be it? Can he make Juventud tap out here? If he does, then that will be pretty interesting here. Because, Kidman will win with a submission that is not even a specialist stuff, right? And right now, Juventud just a double hook tiger suplex, but that is a clearly visible rope break. Nicely done drop kick by Juventud, and to the outside he goes once again, doing a full moonsault to the outside. Kidman with the upper hand here in this matchup, and now mounting punches, ground and pounds here. Up against Kidman, up against Juventud, but now Juventud countering, choking him out, and Kidman able to reverse it, and now turn the tables once again. As Kidman's on count of 4, Juventud on count of 6 now, and as Kidman's now on count of 5. And wait, drop kick by Juventud, and now misses the other one. Kidman getting some rest in the ring, and now to the outside he goes once again. Both these men just taking multiple bumps onto the concrete here. This definitely ain't pretty for any of them. Definitely not, not the most softest landing, really. Especially with the thin layer of Madden Eater. It's just used for the extra to make sure someone doesn't die, really. But no, not very helpful. Anyway, now, Juventud, he is kind of starting to get exhausted here. As we just saw moments ago, just going down to one knee for a second. And right now making his way back inside the ring here. Kidman now to the outside he goes once again. Juventud and Kidman just basing the offense off in the outside. Nice hurricanrana, but Kidman, he is exhausted. And while this matchup has been going on for a while here, you definitely got to think who's going to get the upper hand for the bigger part of this matchup. At this point, is Kidman. Of course, it could simply change to Juventud. And we're now multiple swantons here by Billy Kidman, trying to wear down Juventud. Drop kick to no one, necessarily. And now Kidman, Juventud with the armbar. Elbow. Now both men on count 7 here. Getting closer to 10 here on count of 8. Juventud safe and Kidman safe as well. Definitely gotta think here. Perhaps this could ultimately lead up to a number 1 contenders type stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, shouldn't start pressed by Kidman. His best maneuver, I don't know if he did it inside the ring. Maybe it would have ended the matchup, but Juventud not gonna suck, so I don't know. Anyway, well, this is not a normal terrorist matchup for the cruiserweight title. What if SmackDown general manager Jimmy Cornette just, simply makes whoever wins this matchup number 1 contender? We necessarily don't know. We don't really know. Or one of these 2 men could, of course, become a member for the Survivor Series team. For the SmackDown Survivor Series team, obviously. That would be kind of interesting. But, of course, SmackDown takes on Raw at Survivor Series. That should be a good one. Champions taking on champions. So, it shall be mid-card champion versus mid-card champion. So, for that. Or, and also teams versus teams. Team SmackDown versus Team Raw. Team ECW versus Team NXT. Stuff like that, and we shall see whichever 2 teams win, whether if it's ECW and Raw, ECW and SmackDown, NXT and Raw, NXT and SmackDown. Most likely it's going to be our ECW or NXT, along with Team SmackDown that pick up the victories. But anyway, continuing on here, for this lengthy Cruiserweight opener. This match has been going on for a while here. Dropkick by Juventud. And now it has the legs here. Billy Kidman, what's looking for here, I don't even know. And now Kidman taking down Juventud. Both these 2 men just need to find one big maneuver. Of course, for example, Kidman with the shooting star press, he did it on the outside of the ring. If he is to do it inside of this ring, he most likely will win this matchup here because Juventud, he is weakened. Kidman, I think, is more weakened here. But, Kidman or Juventud just have to hit their best maneuver in this matchup. At least, hopefully not on the ring apron, because that will not count as pinfall or submission. But if they do hit their best maneuver inside the ring, whoever hits it first definitely will win, or whoever catches the other one by the utmost of surprises definitely win this matchup as well, because this match has been going on for a while. Both these 2 men are exhausted here. Anyway, now guillotine choked by Juventud. Kidman just gonna immediately slip out of it. And now what's this? Half-leg crab wearing down Juventud, aiming for the back and legs with that one. And side Russian leg sweep by Juventud Guerrera, taking down Kidman. And now has the legs here. Half-leg crab of his own to Billy Kidman. And now into a Boston Crab. Nice transition back to a half-leg crab, and now an elevated Boston Crab. Multiple nice transitions by Juventud. That was kind of impressive. Very impressive. And now Kidman here gets elbowed for his troubles. Juventud on top of the rope gets taken down. Kidman not going to let him do any sort of big offensive maneuver, such as, high flying. And now Kidman tapping out. But luckily enough, that will not count for Kidman, since it's on the ring apron. I think that, to be fair, Juventud, that's kind of a big mistake on his part. If he was to do that inside the ring, he would already have won the matchup. Kidman getting sent flying off the dropkick there. Nasty landing onto the ring post. Backside the ring he goes. And Juventud just rolling this matchup now. As now Billy Kidman trying to catch up to Juventud's pace, but now Juventud just taking him down. And now Snap Mare off the dropkick a couple seconds ago. Quick rope break for Billy Kidman. And now Kidman, I don't see anything good that could happen here. Kidman was on the ring apron. Of course, once again, the announce table, Ray did not want to break here. Like, it happens every matchup. And, that's not good for me, because I am in the risk of getting hurt here. And then who else is going to be your commentator of SmackDown? Exactly. No one. It's not like we're going to intervene with, any other person to become a commentator. Anyway, now Juventud would have, Crabby Kidman easily escape now of it. Now changing into one of his own here. What you can do, I can do better, basically, is what Billy Kidman is trying to say here. But a little unorthodox, because, these 2 men, of course, high flyers. Don't usually see them be doing other main submissions. Anyway, now Juventud off the dropkick, has the legs, picks Kidman back up, and Kidman's face, it's busted open even more than what it was a couple seconds ago. Kidman now, his face is just a red crimson mask, and there goes Juventud to the outside here. And now, these 2 men right in front of us here. Well, at least right in front of me. And this is not going to necessarily spell the best thing for my announce table. Just in case I'm getting out of harm's way here. Although these 2 are cruiserweights, they probably won't even break the table. But can never necessarily be too short. And now Juventud wearing down the legs with Kidman once again. Here on the outside, could easily get a count out victory if he does, if he wants to. And there's the announce table. I did say they're cruiserweights, and so I was kind of judgmental on whether or not they could actually break it or not, but they didn't, and they're right in front of me, so I shouldn't be saying this out loud, although I'm basically one myself. Anyway, now Kidman to the outside. He goes once again off the slab, and Kidman, he looks dead right in front of me. He looks completely dead. Arm around abdomen, hand covering up the face. Now jueventud 450 splash to Billy Kidman, and now a triangle choke onto Billy Kidman here. Come on, jueventud, just end the matchup already. Jueventud is adding more insult to just even more injury against Billy Kidman. Jueventud, he's been rolling this matchup for the majority at least. And I'll kick right to the back. And now it has him up. And Michinoku driver into a triangle choke. Okay. That's impressive. That is very much impressive. This Cruiserweight SmackDown is the best brand, and why we will defeat Raw at Survivor Series. And to be fair, we are better than ECW and NXT. NXT is pretty good. ECW are kind of scumbags. And Raw, well, Raw is Raw, and there's nothing that could change Raw from being Raw. Let's put it like that. Anyway, off the brainbuster onto the announce table. Which why, therefore, I hope NXT defeats ECW at Survivor Series, and of course, us here on SmackDown, we will defeat Raw at Survivor Series. Anyway, now the Swanton right there by jueventud, taking down Billy Kidman shortly after. And now this is not going to be the best thing ever, because now Kidman, okay, never mind, he's not going to get counted out. And now jueventud gets inside the ring at the count of 6. Never mind. Okay, or yes, so, I don't know, maybe. Anyway, now Kidman was looking for here. He is dazed. Kidman is weakened severely. Off the sidewalk, slammed very close to a count for jueventud Guerrera, almost getting the victory there. This is one hell of a cruiserweight matchup so far. Well, towards the ending, I guess it's been better. The beginning and the middle of the matchup kind of sucked, but now as we get towards the ending of this matchup, hopefully, well, I guess as we further progress in this matchup, I should say, then it's been starting to get a little better, increasingly by the second. And now jueventud Swanton missed. I thought I was going to do it across the legs right there, but sadly misses it. Fighting out of it. Anyway, now jueventud walking away here. Kidman runs right into a trap right there. Jueventud playing possum, perhaps the plunger, 2, and it's a 3 count. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jueventud Guerrera picks up a victory, seemingly out of nowhere. Impressive victory for jueventud Guerrera. Billy Kidman gave his all in that matchup. That was pretty good. Not bad cruiserweight matchup at all. Well, towards the ending of the matchup at least. See right there, that's how it ends it right there. The plunger out of nowhere. Kidman had no more left in the tank, and well, understandably so. So anyway, as we move on to our next contest, number 1 contenders United States Championship 10-man Battle Royal. Special guest referee will be Austin Aries, and here we go. And let the chaos begin. 10-man here, and make that 9 because Guerrera's already gone. Jay Lethal, Mr. Money in the Bank. Jay Lethal already gone. Well, that's great. Just literally 5 seconds in, like 4, maybe in 3, maybe in 2, and we will have 2 people eliminated. First, Guerrero, and then Mr. Money in the Bank, Jay Lethal. And super kick by Rollins, the first ever Cruiserweight champion, and there goes Bray Wyatt, and there goes Samoa Joe, still rocking his King of the Ring attire. Anyway, so yeah, 4 people already gone, as Bray just putting Eddie back inside the ring. Eddie, understandably so, gets back to the outside. No light cheating and stealing right there. Surprisingly enough, although Austin Aries, I will believe he will be a very vigilant referee here. He's not going to pull off anything fishy, unless if he is physically provoked by, like, you know, a person like Rollins, Jinder, or Ryback as well. Okada, Kota Ibushi, and Cena, they'll be pretty common. This matchup, Fisherman Suplex by Cena to Kota Ibushi. We have not seen Cena in a while. On and off appearances, and there goes Cena and Okada by Golden Star Kota Ibushi. Okay then, this Battle Royal kind of sucks. Well, that's kind of surprising. Anyway, Brainbuster by Rollins to his former rival Kota Ibushi. They're going to rekindle their rivalry once again for like the second time after the rivalry originally ended. But Ibushi eliminating Cena and Okada. Cena and Okada, of course, you know, that's a dream match right there. John Cena and Kazuchika Okada. That is a dream match that we have not yet had here on SmackDown. And, well, that right there just got taken down single-handedly by Kota Ibushi. And Ryback just goes flying onto both Jinder and Kota. Well, anyway, history of Rollins and Ibushi, I guess, to quickly sum it up before one of these two men get eliminated. Hopefully they don't, but it's either Rollins super kick to Austin Aries. Accidental. Aries, he's not doing anything. Hold on to his ribs, though. He definitely did get hurt. Austin Aries, of course, United States champion. So this Battle Royal crowns him a #1 contender. They will challenge for that title after Survivor Series. Austin Aries, his Survivor Series matchup where he's going to represent Team SmackDown against a member of Team Raw. That will be announced later on tonight as the show progresses. Anyway, Rollins and Ibushi, of course, they had a rivalry going all the way to SmackDown, or going all the way to Week 6 of Universe Mode, which was up to the SmackDown exclusive No Surrender pay-per-view. Ibushi won their matchup. Then Cruiserweight title semifinals. Rollins defeated Ibushi to become the first ever Cruiserweight champion by going to the finals, and there goes Rollins by Kota Ibushi, ironically enough. Anyway, Rollins became first ever Cruiserweight champion in Week 9 after defeating Kofi Kingston in the finals. The man he defeated to go to the finals was Kota Ibushi, as he defeated him in the semifinals. And then now, to get the one-up, it's going to be Ibushi who eliminates Rollins. So Ibushi now has the one-up on Rollins and gets some revenge after Rollins eliminated him in the Cruiserweight title tournament many months ago. So there we go. That's kind of interesting. But now, this is an interesting Final 3. I really did not expect this. Ryback, Jinder Mahal, and Kota Ibushi. Final 3. Whoever wins faces off against Austin Aries here. It'll be kind of a mixed match if it was Jinder or Ryback to face off against Aries, but if it's Ibushi, Cruiserweight versus Cruiserweight for the United States title is a little bit more of an even playing field for Aries. But we shall see here. Ryback and Jinder, it's kind of interesting. They've flown off the radar. Well, Jinder was never on the radar. Ryback was. He was in the world title scene for a while. And then, of course, after his whole rivalry with Ziggler, stuff like that, he slowly drifted away from it. So it's kind of how it went for Ryback. Ryback was pretty accurate until current day here in Universe Mode, until after Week 8, I would say. Ryback was no longer accurate. So a win here tonight definitely, of course, gives him a #1 contender shot for Austin Aries' United States title. And, could help him out in the long run. What a bicycle kick by Jinder, and Ibushi hurricanrana to Jinder. And now Ryback shell-shocked to Jinder, and Jinder popping right back up. And Ryback double axe handle. Ibushi lands perfectly fine on his feet. Interesting Final 3 here. And Jinder leg drop right to both Ibushi, and I think he got some of Ryback there. Can't necessarily remember. So after Survivor Series, one of these 3 men, I should say. I was about to say 2, but no, one of these 3 will face off against Austin Aries in like an episode of SmackDown, or like the next pay-per-view or stuff like that. They will face off for the United States title. So that should be interesting. Anyway, now Ryback suplex, and there goes Kota Ibushi. Rollins definitely happy about that. And interesting right here, no Cruiserweight and Kota Ibushi to face off against Austin Aries. So it's either going to be Ryback or Jinder. If it's Ryback, then this definitely helps out for him to be accurate again. And if it's Jinder, that will be a major upset here. And now has him up, suplex, there goes Ryback. Speak of the devil, Jinder Mahal is #1 contender for the United States title, and Aries, he doesn't even want to do anything right now. Surprisingly enough, Jinder not going to attack Aries. He did have a stare down with him for a while. Aries not going to do anything either. As we move on to our next contest, here we go. Well, not yet. Replay, yeah, sure, there we go. Jinder, #1 contender for the U.S. title. Moving on to our next contest, SmackDown Women's Championship. Last week on SmackDown, Carmella defeated Alexa Bliss to become the SmackDown Women's champion. And now Alexa Bliss, she cashes in her rematch clause here tonight. Alexa could have a chance to become a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion if she defeats the woman who defeated her last week, Carmella. So there we go. Could have back-to-back title changes here. As here comes SmackDown Women's Champion, the newly crowned SmackDown Women's Champion. She could lose it once again here, however. And here we go. This is going to be exciting if it's going to be as good as their first matchup. And their first matchup last week was good off the Skull Crusher finale. And 2, and it's a 3 count. Okay then. Well, screw that. Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching SmackDown. There we go. Show's done. Wow. Okay then. How underwhelming. The replay could easily be the whole matchup right there, including the entrances. Carmella, see there, the fallen facebuster, like double unhook facebuster, whatever. Skull Crusher finale basically takes down Alexa Bliss, and Alexa is not going to become a 2-time SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Well, SmackDown Women's Champion. Carmella has successfully retained her title, but now since Alexa, she's lost her rematch clause, that means she is going to go to the back of the line. And she is no longer in contention for the SmackDown Women's title until Carmella loses that championship to someone else. That's kind of bad luck for the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion of Universe Melt. But there we go, Alexa. Wow. Not too good for her. And Carmella, she stays as the most dominant woman on SmackDown so far. She stays in that. Anyway, Dolph Ziggler takes on one half of the Heath Slater round tag team. He takes on Heath Slater, the one-man band. And Ziggler, of course, a fan favorite. So crowd, of course, always behind Ziggler. Every time Ziggler is in the ring, he always has an amazing matchup. He could bring up a good matchup against Heath Slater. Super kick to the one-man band, although he's with tag team with Rhinos. Another super kick. And now Slater taking him down. Ziggler taking Slater down. Anyway, now power driver by Heath Slater. Out of nowhere by Slater. But Ziggler just gonna spring back up. That was not effective. That was impressive, but not effective. Anyway, now multiple super kicks, and there goes Heath Slater to the outside. Come on, Slater, don't destroy him all that much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Dolph Ziggler and Aleister Black, fellow, SmackDown representatives here, the main three for SmackDown, of course. They did attack Raw. They did attack CM Punk and AJ Styles during their WWE title matchup. See if they want to attack our World Heavyweight Champion, Aleister Black. And if Cesaro didn't help, he would just stand here in the ring, watch him. Anyway, now, a second zigzag by Dolph Ziggler. I should be paying attention to the matchup first. And here we go. Can this one be it? Here, most likely it's going to be it because he's there. There we go. 3 count. Surprisingly enough, lasted longer than the Alexa and Carmella matchup. Surprisingly enough. But anyway, there we go. Ziggler, more momentum. So there we go. Good thing for Dolph Ziggler. But of course, if Raw were going to attack us, which they did last week, then, we retaliated with Dolph Ziggler and Aleister Black against CM Punk and AJ Styles, ruining their WWE Championship main event. Sadly enough, that's what you get, Raw, for attacking our World Heavyweight Champion, and that is directly aimed towards Sami Zayn and WWE Champion of the Raw brand, CM Punk. Speaking of which, with the Raw and SmackDown stuff, Intercontinental Champion Chris Sabin, if he is still Intercontinental Champion before Survivor Series, he takes on United States Champion Austin Aries. Aries, however, we know he's going to still be United States Champion because he's not going to defend that until after Survivor Series. In the meantime, Chris Sabin, he's going to defend that Intercontinental title on Raw before Survivor Series against Randy Orton, who is number 1 contender for the Intercontinental title. Anyway, here we go. Kevin Owens, not the most likable man here in the roster, as he's standing right in front of me here. Owens, I respect you. I respect your wrestling ability, but attitude's not the best. Open challenge here. Whoever will answer Owens' open challenge. And oh my god, okay, who let this man in the building? What? Owens is shocked. Ken Shamrock is here on, but he's a Raw guy. He's even sporting red and everything, and Owens, he's escaping. Usually I don't agree with Owens, but I have to agree with him on that one because Shamrock, this is the man that put AJ Styles to his limit back when AJ Styles was WWE Champion, of course. And then when we had the whole when Raw had the AJ Styles non-title open challenge, Shamrock was like the first man to answer a challenge. Of course, he lost ultimately, but he gave Styles a good run for his money, and now Shamrock is just clobbering the face of Kevin Owens here. And now multiple dropkicks by Owens. Come on, Owens. Do SmackDown proud. Okay, never mind, because this man just did Hurricanrana. Who let Ken Shamrock in the building? He's a Raw guy. Shamrock has only had like 1 or 2 matches over on Raw. One of them being, of course, against AJ Styles. And now what's this? Powerbomb, power slam. Owens is back up. Owens, you should have just stayed down. And there we go, a second one. Owens, he's getting back up. Okay, never mind. Okay, rope break. Oh, I swear I was about to have a heart attack there. Who let Shamrock in the building? I guess authorities / personnel / security, they didn't understand. Or at least they didn't know it's Ken Shamrock. But then again, I guess the open challenge is open to anyone. We could have also gotten an ECW or NXT guy. And I probably wouldn't have complained about that as much as I would for a Raw guy. So I'm guessing kind of being a little biased here. But fine, I guess we could let Shamrock be here. I guess Jim Cornette hasn't said anything. No personnel has come out here. Unless they're just too lazy to get out from backstage and come over here. But I highly doubt that. So this is our main event. SmackDown versus Raw coming early here. Not sure if Owens is going to be in the SmackDown Survivor Series team. We don't know who's going to be for the Raw side. We don't know who's going to be for the SmackDown side just yet. That should be announced whenever it should be announced. But Owens, he could perhaps beat her. Shamrock even maybe as well. We don't know. Shamrock hasn't been the most active in universe mode, but I believe he's only had 1 or 2 matches. Once again, the AJ Styles one was a pretty good one. And Shamrock puts Styles to his limit, and now Owens on the verge of being counted out here on count of 7 and makes it back inside the ring. Luckily enough, Owens now misses the clothesline. Oh my god. Shamrock just toying with Owens here. It's like Owens is his personal chew toy here. And now, oh, come on, not the announce table. Don't you dare. Just staring at me. He's an intimidating new man. And now, moonsault. Oh, okay then. Kevin Owens trying to do SmackDown proud here. Shamrock just answers with a clothesline. I guess Owens thought he could catch him there. Ultimately didn't, as we obviously see right there. Okay then, this is gonna be an interesting main event. 2 contrasting styles here. 1 Raw versus 1 SmackDown guy. I guess this could fix any, dilemmas of Raw invading SmackDown here, because they basically already have. We have Ken Shamrock in the building, who is a Raw guy, taking on Kevin Owens, who is our fellow SmackDown representative. So there we go. Hopefully Owens can pick up a victory here tonight, and now clothesline off of the he slipped off the original shot off the ropes. That was kind of weird. Anyway, Owens trying to redeem himself. Samoan drop or Death Eye Driver. Basically same animation in the game. And now just triangle chokehold onto Owens. Onto Shamrock. If anyone knows about, MMA type submissions or just submissions in general, it's definitely Ken Shamrock, as we had a guillotine choke by Owens to Shamrock a couple seconds ago. Drop kick, and now it's this Owens has him and just a leaping bulldog. That was impressive. 1, 2, and only 2 count. I was about to say that could have been it for a second, but then again, it is Ken Shamrock, and another one delivered to the most dangerous man in the world. Ironically enough, that probably might fit the stereotype here. And only a 2 count once again off the moonsault. It turns into a cross body, and Shamrock does not look happy. I have a very bad feeling about this. Or not Owens with the dropkick. Shamrock towing away at him. And Owens, come on, Owens, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, never mind. You're still doing it. Dropkick off top rope once again. Shamrock, he looks a little dazed, holding onto his head. Okay, never mind. Shamrock is perfectly fine. And now sleeper hold. Oh, God. Oh, God. Owens, the rope's right there. Okay, there we go. Getting an opportunity. Owens doing pretty well here against fellow Rock competitor Ken Shamrock. But I don't know how well he's doing. Oh, God, Owens looks dead. Never mind. Back from the dead here. And no, not the Skillet song. Although that is an awesome song. Anyway, now Shamrock has it. What the hell? Just a leaping pile driver? Well, Triple H is, of course, here on SmackDown with Shawn Michaels. DX could come out anytime they want to. Although, of course, we've had a little bit of a disrespectful moment. I think back all the way at week 11, or maybe in week 10, maybe in week 12 at most. I do believe it was a long time ago where we did have Owens deliver a pedigree to Triple H through a table, right in front of Shawn Michaels. It was kind of egotistical on Owens' part, but sent a message to Hideo Itami, in which I believe Owens ultimately lost that matchup at Bound for Glory against Itami. So Owens looking to get back on his feet here in the SmackDown brand, although, injuries caused him to not be that well. Then he set his sights on Itami, and then didn't do all that well either, and then, now I believe he lost the rivalry. I can't necessarily remember. But now, of course, looking to go to the World Title picture. He has defeated Aleister Black in a non-title contest, so therefore he is in contention for the World Title. So is King of the Ring winner Cesaro. Cesaro has his rematch clause. Ziggler, he has lost all his matches against Aleister Black, so therefore he is now out of contention. He's lost rematch clauses, so yeah, he's lost his rematch clause. And he's been in the rivalry, in contention for the World Title for 20 weeks until SummerSlam. And this is only the second week in which Ziggler has not been in the World Title picture. Anyway, off the suplex. And now Shamrock has him up, or not. Bridges suplex attempt by Owens, but that ultimately fails. And now Shamrock knee drop delivered. Nicely done, I got to admit. Shamrock, he is an amazing competitor. And to be fair, he's not really one of the scumbags of Raw that I think necessarily are scumbags of Raw. Now, of course, we do have amazingly talented wrestlers over on Raw. For example, current WWE champion CM Punk, of course, Sami Zayn, former champion AJ Styles, and we got a couple more. The X Division champion, who is Ricochet, Intercontinental champion Chris Sabin, stuff like that. Raw, they have a talented roster, but if anything, when I talk about scumbags, I'm talking about one particular scumbag, and that is the leader of the whole crew. That is Raw General Manager Eric Bischoff. Don't know why, but there's some, what the, no. Well, as I'm talking bad stuff about their general manager, one of Bischoff's guys have just won. Ken Shamrock has defeated Kevin Owens. A Raw guy has defeated a SmackDown guy here on SmackDown. This is a disgrace. Shamrock, a talented competitor. Owens could hold it in at see right there, that Anaconda Vice type maneuver. It is an Anaconda Vice, and it was nicely done. Owens probably just died right there. Shamrock rocking off away. I hope when he goes to backstage to a SmackDown locker room, they all just stare at him. Hopefully, I don't necessarily want them to attack him because I feel bad for our roster if he does ultimately beat us up, because I just have a bad feeling about it, but though our world champion as the Black is our particular big weapon. Anyway, so there we go. That's it for SmackDown. That was, well, as you talk bad about someone, which in this case, me talking bad about Bischoff to defend fellow SmackDown General Manager Jim Cornette's honor, I guess that didn't work out too well. Kind of jinxed it there. Talking bad stuff about Bischoff, and then one of these guys comes over here on SmackDown and beats us. Fair play. It was an open challenge. Heyman could have sent an ECW guy. Batista could have sent an NXT guy. Or it could have just been a regular, SmackDown guy over here. But there we go. That's it for Universe Mode. Get you on the next one, which will be NXT. So yeah, there we go. Catch you on the next one, and goodbye.